Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? As you probably heard by now, J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot Productions company has bought the rights to make a live-action version of Makoto Shinkai's animation masterpiece, Your Name. At the recent exhibition of Makoto Shinkai, dedicated to his artworks for the last 15 years, from his earlier works like Voices of a Distant Star in 2002, 5 cm per second, to the most recent Your Name, he was asked to express his thoughts on the upcoming Hollywood live-action adaptation of his latest work. According to Oricon News, Shinkai replied with, "People often compare their creations as if it's their child, but I'm not really interested in what my child does." He continued with, "There was an announcement that a Hollywood version will be made, but while I'm looking forward to see how it goes, I also think how it grows up will be up to himself as his child has already left his hand." His child obviously meaning the Hollywood version of Your Name. In short, he doesn't really care about what Hollywood decides to do with it anymore, since it is out of his hands now. But it's not like he can do much about it anyway, as the property itself is most likely owned by Toho. It's a very typical Shinkai response. If some of you remember just about a year ago, he was saying how people should stop watching Your Name as its popularity was skyrocketing and was becoming internationally acclaimed and accepted as a masterpiece. He mentioned that the film could have been better as they only had 2 years to work on it along with a ton of budget issues. Shinkai mentioned that 2 years was not enough and that the film felt incomplete and unbalanced. Very self-critical, but he also mentioned that the plot was fine. Seeing as how that the plot is the only thing he thinks was fine in Your Name, maybe there might be some hope for the Hollywood version of the film, seeing as how that's the part they're taking and making it into live action. But with the terrible track record of Hollywood anime adaptations, it is no wonder that the anime community is very skeptical of a live action version of Your Name. J.J. Abrams is said to be the producer along with the original producer of the animated film Genki Kawamura, while Eric Heiserer, who wrote Arrival, will be doing the screenplay. Eric Heiserer has made a name for himself by writing horror films and sci-fi, so Your Name is quite a departure from his usual genre, but that's not to say he can't do it well, so let's give him a chance. J.J. Abrams, on the other hand, has a pretty good track record at producing movies, especially other people's movies, and making them into big box office hits. So I mean, if there's one person that can do that for a live-action adaptation of a Japanese animated film, which at this point seems like an impossibly hard task, I think he would definitely be one of the top candidates. Reinvention of existing properties is his jam, but here we have a very culturally specific piece of work that may require a deeper understanding of the Japanese culture to pull off well. But the good thing is, J.J. Abrams' attention to detail and his attention to the original fanbase is also something he's quite well known for. So to be honest, I do think he's our best shot at making something that will finally work out for the Western audience in terms of live action. Obviously, as an animated feature original, there are some things that work better in the medium, and not everything will translate properly into live action. So definitely don't be expecting a one-to-one adaptation. J.J. Abrams definitely knows how popular and successful this film is in Asia, and he will definitely not forget about that market when making this film. And after the heavy criticism that Ghost in the Shell and the recent Death Note got, there's a good chance he will take those criticisms into consideration when making this film. Anyways, that is it for now for Your Name's live-action adaptation. I know you guys are super skeptical about it, but it seems like Makoto Shinkai isn't super against it, and we do have an original producer on the set, so do you think we can give it a chance? As usual, let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to be updated with the latest that's going on in Japan, and I'll see you guys in the next one.